Chief Tom Adkins, and many, many other people representing the city of Hickory. Since the passing of Zahra, I've had a number of people address me, and I know other people have had folks suggest that something to commemorate this young lady would be appropriate. She touched a lot of people. So thanks to the wonderful folks at the Kiwanis Club, who, as we all know, through their recognition of scholarship and good citizenship of kids, Kiwanis Club is about helping the kids. So Steve Aaron and many other of our leading citizens of this community who are also Kiwanians are here. I'm excited about today, and Steve will talk about Kiwanis Club and its efforts. Then Mac McLeod will show a rendering of the special needs equipment that we hope to add here, and then I will talk about a rendering of the plaques that will be located on this site. Steve, Mr. Aaron.
Thank you, Rudy. Let me say that it is a pleasure for the Kiwanis Clubs of Catawba County to be represented here today. What better organization than one whose motto is serving children of the world to be partnered with the city to try to do something to recognize this young lady who touched our lives in just a short, brief while, and has made us all wonder, how could this happen and how can we make it better? Kiwanis is, of course, noted for many of the things he does. Rudy mentioned that we're involved in youth development through key clubs and Circle K clubs and builders clubs in the various school levels. We're involved in character development through the Terrific Kids program in a lot of the schools in North and South Carolina. We're involved in children literacy, children health, scholarships, and even on an international basis. Many of you may not remember, but just a few years ago, Kiwanis raised $110 million internationally to eradicate iodine deficiency around the world. And the other thing we're noted for is playgrounds. This park is called Kiwanis Park because a number of years ago, Kiwanians in this community raised the money and built the park here. So when we started talking about a place to recognize Zahra, it was appropriate that we come to Kiwanis Park and to basically look at establishing a playground in her memory. Now, I have a number of people here that I would like to just simply mention. Some clubs. I'd like to recognize Lanny Huffman, president of the Hickory Kiwanis Club. I have Chuck Wilhelm, Catawba Valley Golden K back here. And we have Tom Rao with the Newton Club. And then, of course, I am the president of the West Catawba Club. And a special guest, former Governor Bill Wiggs, the Carolinas District, North and South Carolina. Bill lives here in this community and actually is a member of two of our clubs. So we're glad to have the Kiwanians represented. Let me just say that Kiwanis has the expertise from an organizational standpoint to provide the leadership and all the things that need to be in place to make sure that when we ask people to make donations, that they're handled properly and accounted for properly. Now, I will say that we will have a steering committee made up of representatives of clubs, but on that steering committee, Charlie Dixon, a distinguished attorney from the Evening Club, will be on that committee, and we have the CPA on it. We're going to make sure that it's done right so that nobody will ever question where the funds were and how they were accounted for. Now, what we have done is we have set up a special account and post office box. People can make donations to this park and to the Kiwanis Playground Fund for Zahra. We will accept donations up till June 30th, and that's so that we simply can finish this. If we didn't have a definite time as to how long we would accept donations, this could drag on a long time. And of course, as soon as we have the funds in hand, then the Parks and Recreation Commission will order the equipment, and we will begin installing the playground. But we do have a special post office box set up, and you know, we feel like this will be a tremendously successful project. I will note that this will be, and we all remember that Zahra, because of cancer, had an artificial limb, and so this park will be a handicapped accessible playground. You know, that will make it something nice. I don't know if we have another one in the city, but it will be a very nice facility here. With that, let me recognize Mac McLeod, who is the Director of the Parks and Recreation, and Mac will present a schematic of what we're envisioning and maybe a few more comments.